Hey Brainiacs, how you guys doing today? I'm Cam's Brain. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another episode of My Humble Opinion. If you guys are new here, what we do is break down a book called The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, and we dissect that every Sunday at 8 p.m. We figure out how we can use that in 3 different ways: in our business, in our relationships, and also in our spiritual life. Today is no exception. We're going to be talking about the 28th law of power, which is interaction with boldness. Now, I always kind of start things off by saying some people kind of see the 48 laws of power as a book of manipulation. I don't necessarily think that. And I also feel like even if it is, you may need to go ahead and learn some of these laws of powers because this book is very popular. A lot of people use this in order to kind of navigate life and get through certain things. So it's really good to kind of know how other people could be thinking, especially if you're in a situation where you don't have regular advice from friends and family, so on and so forth. With this particular law of power, I think specifically in business, it speaks to the concept of not doing anything unless you're completely and totally confident in executing your plan correctly. Sometimes when you enter something and you're nonchalant about it, sometimes people can see that and they may not have faith in you because they can see that you're not confident in what you're doing. Sometimes people can confuse your ability to enter things strongly with cockiness, and that's not necessarily the situation. This statement is basically saying, be so sure of your business, be so sure of your business plan, be so sure of whatever contracts you have in place and whatever relationships you have in place, that what it is you're trying to do will be able to be accomplished and you will be able to be successful. Yeah, you have to be bold, you have to be confident, you have to continue to enter each action with boldness. Same thing in a relationship, whether it be platonic or in a romantic relationship. I'm pretty sure your significant other, your spouse, your friend, family member, whoever you decide to share experiences with are going to be more comfortable with you when you're the most confident in whatever it is you're doing. You find yourself being a leader when you're going on a hike. You find yourself being a leader if you're in a relationship or if you're in a marriage. That kind of speaks to the concept that you're entering every action that you're doing in a very bold and in a very deliberate way. So taking that with you in a platonic or romantic relationship could also be very, very well as it relates to growing the strongest, most conducive relationship that you can have. Entering it not necessarily being arrogant, but being confident in knowing that you're going to do what you say, you're going to accomplish whatever goals, or you're going to help the person that you are having a relationship with in the best way possible. Now, spiritually, in a sense of speaking to your higher power, whether that be God, Allah, whatever higher power you believe in, entering the action of praying with boldness is important. Specifically knowing exactly what you're praying for. Sometimes you can ask for a car, but the better request or the better prayer could be to ask for the wisdom to know how to get a car. Ask for the wisdom to know how to make the money to get a car. That way, not only do you get the vehicle, you get the insurance. You are able to make sure you know how to make a payment on that vehicle. You're able to make sure you know how to maintain that vehicle. So entering action into that prayer with boldness is saying, I don't just want this item. I want what comes with it in every way possible so that I can continue to maintain whatever it is I'm asking for. And that's the importance of entering your actions with boldness and knowing that you're going to articulate yourself with your higher power the right way so that not only you get what you want, but you know how to sustain it. You know how to articulate yourself with your friends and family and your spouse in the right way. So not only that you get what you want, but you understand that you have to sustain it, and you're giving them the confidence to know if you're saying something, if you're doing something, if you're entering the action, you're going to do it in a way that creates a sense of security for that person. And also in business, making sure whatever company you're dealing with, whatever customer you have, understands that you have an undeniable courage and confidence and boldness in every action that you take that's going to allow the product that they're getting from you, even if you are the product as an individual, knowing that they're going to get all of you, you're going to be very sure of what you're saying you're going to do or what your product is going to do. And you're going to be in a position where you have the full reins on whatever it is your action is going to be. But I want you guys to let me know what you think about that. If you disagree with what I'm saying, if you agree with what I'm saying, leave a personal situation where you had to actually use this in your everyday life. I want everybody to get involved. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I am Cam's Brain. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another episode of My Humble Opinion, and I will see you next time. Peace.
Going on. Hey, all work, no pleasure.